Alright, this is Brandon here at the Ritz Ybor in Ybor City. We're here at the Circa Survive minus the Bear show. I'm sitting here with, well, why don't you introduce yourself?
Colin from Circa.
Alright, well, how did the tour package with Circa, or with minus the Bear come together?
Basically we just begged and pleaded with minus the Bear, please go out on the road with us, we love them so much. And they were like, yeah, but only if you take this band now out too. And we were like, alright, cool, that sounds good.
Alright, well, your most recent album, Violent Waves, is your first self-release. Like, why did you guys choose to produce it and release it yourselves?
It was basically just a accumulation over the years of feeling like, you know, see all these labels, kind of making choices for, you know, their companies, and kind of learned a lot from all those experiences. You know, you see what they did wrong, you see what they did right, and then you figure out that they hire out a lot of people to promote the records to radio or to do press and all that, and we said, well, we can hire people out too, so maybe we should try that. And by chance we were, you know, in a situation where we had the option to leave or stay, and we decided to leave and do our own thing. We felt like at this point in the music industry, the perfect time to experiment and, you know, kind of go out on a limb and try something new, and it's just done nothing but good things for us, so I doubt we'll ever go back.
Well, what's the difference between releasing an album on a label and self-releasing it?
Basically, you spend a lot more time making sure that every dollar counts, you know, there's no waste, and you know, this time around we got to self-produce, so we chose to self-produce, and, you know, being the ones that are in charge of every creative decision on the musical level, not having someone else collaborating with you, it just kind of makes for a much more freeing and pure experience. You know, we loved working with all the producers we worked with in the past, and we've loved our experiences at labels, but it was a huge confidence boost to be able to make those calls ourselves, and then at the end of the day feel like, you know, we made the right choices, and we're all super happy with what we made.
Well, you guys have toured on more than one occasion with Thursday and Thrice. Did their breakups affect you?
Yeah, you know, you're always saddened by something like that, but at the same time we really respected their decisions of when they decided to do it, and ultimately, you know, those bands accomplished so much over, you know, decades, you know, like almost like 15 years at a certain point, I think, and, you know, we're just excited to see what they do next, and all of them seem very happy, so it's more inspiring than, like, you know, something that bums you out.
How did you come up with the pre-order packages for Violent Waves, especially the handwritten lyrics?
Man, just kind of randomly thinking about what we would want from our favorite bands, you know, thinking, okay, like if Radiohead, you know, made a cover and each one of them painted on it, like how much would I spend for that? And, you know, if I could get, you know, Eddie Vedder's handwritten lyrics, like how much would I pay for that? And just you start to just kind of put yourself in the shoes of a fan, which is very easy for us because we're huge music fans, and so we just put a lot of passion and a lot of time into those bigger packages and tried to make interesting options for people. Yeah, it was pretty cool.
I've been a pretty big fan of the artwork on each of the albums, especially Violent Waves. What was the idea behind the artwork for that album?
Basically, it'd be hard for any of us to tell you because it all comes from this guy Esau Andrews, who's just kind of a mad genius, very intuitive, and seems to be able to capture our albums with the perfect image almost every time. And he's done everything from our first one to now, and really we can't even really explain it half the time because he'll make a cover for something without even hearing music sometimes, and then when he does get the music, he's kind of like, oh, that's weird. But yeah, he's a genius, and and that's all him. He just he is our visual soulmate.
What's the biggest myth people hear about touring?
I think, a lot of people, underestimate how much time and how much hard work goes into touring. I think people assume that you're constantly partying, and what they don't understand is that most bands are spending most of their time behind the wheel of a 15-passenger van. And even when you're not, when you're on a tour bus, there's so much stuff going on throughout the day or the week, planning out sets and just making sure that everything's working properly. Everyone's working pretty hard, and everyone's trying to do their best to kind of keep everything moving, everything functioning. It's not always a party, and it's not a vacation. As fun as it is some days, it's hard work.
Well, some of the members being husbands and fathers, like, is it hard to go out on the road, or do you guys see it as a need-be career?
It's a little bit of both. It's definitely a necessity. It's definitely how we, get by and pay our bills, but without a doubt, you can see that it gets harder. The more your life at home gets, for lack of a better word, real. You're just kind of, it's almost like you live a double life, and there are definitely moments where you really miss home. And for someone like Anthony, it's probably extremely hard to leave, a few kids and just want to be there. So, gotta do what you gotta do, though.
All right, well, last question. What have you guys been listening to lately on the road?
I pretty much listen to nothing but Now. That's all I listen to. Threads. Buy it.
All right. Awesome. Well, this is Brian from Ritz Ybor here in Ybor City, here with Circa Survive. We'll see you next time.